So let's go ahead and get this session started here. I just want to begin with our very familiar tri-planar shoulder warm-up today. All right, so the first exercise we're going to be doing is going to be the arm swings with the internal and external rotation. All right, we'll go for about 30 seconds with that one, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. There we go. Get that nice swing. Open up the chest. Pinch the shoulders back as you open up the chest. Remember that we're turning the thumbs up and down as we go. I want that rotation of the forearm and the hand to be encompassing the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. So we get all those muscles involved. Keep our breathing as well. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very nice. Let's go into our arm circles. Remember which direction you're going on the first set. All right, we're going to get 20 seconds in each direction in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Small circles to start, and then get larger and larger at your own pace. About 10 seconds left here. Make sure you're at that largest comfortable range of motion by the end of the 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Nice job. Now we're going to go into the second half of that, the opposite direction for 20 more seconds. Go ahead and start off with those small circles. And then we're going to get larger as we go. Make sure that you're doing that at your own pace, right? You start to get larger and larger when you are comfortable to do so. 3, 2, 1, relax. All righty, next up, I'm gonna get a little bit of bend to my hip and my knee here, and I'm gonna go into my vertical reaches. All right, gonna reach for that ceiling, get that partial twist, about 30 seconds here on this one. So we're not really turning very far, we're just kind of turning and opening up the chest in the direction of our reach. I'm spreading my fingers up to the ceiling, because I want to get as many muscles involved in this stretch as possible. About 10 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Keep that breathing. 3, 2, 1, relax. All righty. Next up here, class, I want to go into our standing torso twist. All right, so I'm going to keep that same position with my hips and knees bent. And I want to keep my lower body facing forward as I turn my chest toward the wall on my left, turn my chest toward the wall on my right, get that good dissociation there between lower and upper body. All right, we're going to go for 30 seconds here. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Remember, you can focus on a stationary point out in front of you. If you feel like you get a little dizzy during the movement here, just focus on keeping the lower body facing ahead while the upper body turns to the wall on either side of you. 3, 2, 1, relax. Nice job. Next up here, class, we're going to go to the mini squats. All right, so I'm going to turn to the side here. Remember that the mini squats are fast and small. Right? So we're only going to be bending just that first little bit of that range of motion, like we're just starting to sit down into that chair, and then we're going to come back up to standing. I want you to get full extension when you come back up to standing, and think about pinching those glutes together like we do on the hip thrusts, deadlifts, RDLs, and so on, okay? Now, because these are small and fast, I want to do 15 of them with us today, okay? So I'm going to turn and do a side view. Let's get our 15 mini squats together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming down, right back up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick reps. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going to 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Hopefully we got those nice glute pinches in there on every rep. The last exercise I have for this warm-up is going to be the standing scoop, okay? So one thing I always wish that I would have said a little bit more about this exercise here, class, is to have a chair or a wall near you for extra balance support and safety reasons, all right? Because we are getting into a staggered stance with this, which happens to be one of the stances that we use to challenge your balance, right? So keep that chair or wall near you if you haven't been doing that in the past. And go ahead, stick one leg out. You're going to dig the heel out in front, bend that back knee, and scoop the floor. Remember, class, the front knee can bend a little bit as well. The biggest thing is just keeping the back nice and flat and keeping the chest up. Okay, I'd like to get 30 seconds on each leg here with you. And we're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Here you go. Drop those hips. Push the hips back. Keep the back flat. Keep the chest up. Here we go. Getting a nice stretch in the hamstring. Really, class, what we're creating here is that seated hamstring stretch from the cool down. We're just getting it a little more dynamically and from a staggered stance. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. Let's switch legs. That means I'm switching sides. Keep that balance support near you. All right. Go ahead. 30 more seconds. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you go as well. Nice job. About 8 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All righty, class. Hopefully we're feeling good and warmed up there. I'm going to take us through our balance work next. So we should already have our chair or our wall near us. I'm just going to go over the 2 movements, quote unquote movements, that we will pair with our 5 stances. We are sticking with the moving the head up and down through a comfortable range of motion for the neck, or keeping the eyes closed. All right, we're going to stick with those 2 throughout this week. Okay, so those 5 stances: wide, narrow, staggered, tandem, or single leg. Go ahead and get a combination together that's appropriate for you. And we're going to get our first set of 20 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. I'm going staggered with the head up and down. Keep that breathing. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. All right, we've got set number 2 coming up. Make sure that you're switching your feet frequently, depending on the stance that you choose, staggered, tandem, or single. All right, and let's get our second set here in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Make sure that you're moving your head through a comfortable range of motion. Mild discomfort at the most for this one. 3, 2, 1, relax. All righty, now I'm gonna move to, I guess I was doing tandem instead of staggered. I said staggered though, didn't I? All right, anyway, I'm gonna go to single leg here, and I'm gonna try the eyes closed, all right? So that's the farthest progression that we've been getting to this semester, all right? So let's get our third set of our balance work going in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. I'm obviously going to cheat though so I can check the time. Pretty wobbly here on my right foot. Good thing I have my balance support. 8 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very good. I'm definitely going to be shaking out my plant leg after that one. That one was pretty tiring. All right, we've got our last set now of the balance work. I'm going to switch legs. All right, and we're going to get 20 more seconds in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Just as wobbly on the left foot as I was on the right. Keep it up, class. Keep that breathing. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All righty. That's it for our balance work for the day, class. Let's move into our power work. All right. It is Monday. We haven't had a Monday in 2 weeks. All right. Since I was gone to Cincinnati last week, Monday. But normally with our Mondays class, I'm sure you all remember, I like to go with our hip thrusts for our first exercise in the power segment. So I've got my heavier of the 2 weights that I tend to use. And as always, we'll be getting set athletically and using the hips to get that weight up there to shoulder height or higher. Keep in mind that I'd like us to get that glute pinch as well, just like we did in the mini squats earlier in the warm-up. Okay, so 2 sets of 6 on the hip thrust. Now the exercise we're going to pair with that is going to be that catch step. All right, so as always, I'll do my first set here at that wall. 2 sets of 30 seconds for this one today. And as always, just letting gravity do the work. Make sure that you're not running into anything like I almost just did with this railing here. All right, so, but let's actually start off with the hip thrust. I'll just do my first set with this camera view here. I'll do a frontal view. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves set, grab those heavier weights, and we've got our first set of 6 together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up. Glute pinch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Very nice. Those sets always go by very quickly. These power sets, they just fly right by. All right. Now, catch step. I'm going to make sure those weights are away from my feet. There we go. All right, but catch step. Set number 1. We've got 30 seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. There you go. Take your time. Make sure that your knees are aligned over your toes when you step. Work on keeping your chest up and your eyes up as you step as well. About 10 seconds left. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Nice job. I'm going to turn the camera now. Let's get our second set of the hip thrust knocked out. All right. And then I'll do my catch step out here as well. I'll do a side view this time for that hip thrust. And we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up. That's 1, 2, glute pinch. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All righty. That's it for the hip thrust already. Let's get that last set of the catch step. I'll do a frontal view this time. All right, so really emphasize the knee alignment over the toe, okay? We've got 30 more seconds. In 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. Take your time. Let gravity do the work. There we go. Keeping those knees shoved out, right? Shove those knees out to the walls on either side of you there. 10 seconds left. Get as many reps as you can, but don't rush. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. Catch your breath here, class. Get a sip of water if you need to. I'm going to go over our first resistance training superset today. And it is Monday, so we are sticking with our squat progression as the first one. Always pairing that with an upper back or pulling movement. All right, so first exercise I've got for us here, I'm sure you already know. Let's make sure that we're all on the same page. I've got our double leg extension, okay? Nice tall posture in the chair. Get that full extension there. 3 sets of 12, okay? Now, the same goes for the sit to stand or the squat, okay? I can hold on to weight as I do my sit to stand or my squat, or I can go no weight, that's up to you, all right? But 3 sets of 12 with our feet in a parallel stance or normal stance, right? Just gonna stand up and back down. 3 sets of 12 that way, or get that squat coming down and back up. Finding a depth that's gonna challenge you, right? Shoving those knees out, keeping that back flat with the chest up and the eyes up, okay? So 3 sets of 12 there. If you wanna go with a staggered stance and put a little more work on one leg versus the other, we will go with our 3 sets of 6 on each side to make sure that we are all even on our time, right, as always. So I will be demonstrating the staggered stance versions of the sit to stand and the squat as always for this superset. Now, the upper body exercise that I want to pair with that is going to be the dumbbell fly. All right, and I actually don't have my lighter weight, so I'm just going to keep using these ones. But I do recommend that maybe we use the lighter weights for the dumbbell fly. But as always, that's up to you. I'm going to get set athletically, and I have 2 options. I can fly with my bent arm, right? Take a little bit of pressure off the shoulder, making that goalpost position just in a different way. Or I can straighten my arms, make my shoulders do a little more work, all right, as we do that fly. Biggest thing there, class, is that we have to get a good shoulder pinch in every rep, okay? Whether our arms are bent or straight, all right? That'll be 3 sets of 15 there for that one. So I'm going to hold on to these weights, and I want you to pick out which exercise you want to do for your squat progression. We're going to get started here shortly. I'm going to start off with my staggered stance, sit to stand for 12 reps or 6 on each side, all right? And we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch legs if you're staggered. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11 and 12. All righty. I'm going to hold on to these weights here, and let's go into our fly. I'll do this first set with the arms bent, all right, or this first set of 15 reps. Okay, so I'm going to find a good bent over position, all right? Make sure you're staying comfortable but still challenging yourself. That back's got to stay nice and flat here. Hips and knees are bent, okay? And we're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out and back in. That's 1. Good shoulder pinch in every rep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very nice. Ooh, I'm gonna hold on to them. I keep thinking I gotta put them down for some reason, but I'm actually gonna use them throughout this whole superset, all right? Now, this next exercise here for set number 2, I think I'm going to do the staggered stance sit to stand one more time, and then I'll do the staggered stance squat for set number 3, okay? So Go ahead and pick an exercise that's appropriate for you. And we are going to go ahead and get ourselves started with our second set in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming up and back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch if you're staggered. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11, and 12. Very good. Hopefully my counting was good there. All right, now I'm going to go into the second set of the dumbbell fly. I'll go straight arm, and I'll go with a frontal view here this time. All right, just got to make sure I don't accidentally punch that railing there. All right, so get yourself set, get that back nice and flat. Let's knock out 15 reps in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1. 2, good shoulder pinch every rep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All righty. And we've only got 1 set left on each exercise. I'm going to move this chair out of the way quickly. And I'm going to go with the staggered stance squat. And I'm going to do a frontal view to really emphasize the knees being shoved out. Remember to keep that back flat, shoulders pinched, big chest, and the eyes up. All right? We've got our last set of the squat. There you go, that's better. Last set of the squat progression in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming down and back up. That's 1. Find a good depth that's going to challenge you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch legs if you're staggered. 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11, and 12. All righty. Now, that's our last set of the squat progression. Let's get our last set of the dumbbell fly knocked out, and then we'll get a quick breather as I go over superset number 2. Okay? So I'm going to go back to a side view, and I'm going to stick with the arms being out straight. Okay? And we're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out and back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very nice. Now I'm going to keep these heavy weights because I'm probably still going to need them I will still need them for sure for the next superset. But grab a sip of water, catch your breath if you need to, while I go over our next one here. And that's actually going to be our RDL is going to be the exercise for today. And just like with the squat, I would prefer that we use the heavier weights for this one, all right? Or we could even use the resistance band, all right? I think that would be a little heavier than these weights even, okay? So for that RDL, as always, we're talking about keeping the back flat, right? We're popping the knees a little bit of knee bend, but not too much. Push the hips back. Get that weight down to the mid-shin level, and then get that full extension. Pinch those glutes together at the top of the rep, okay? Now, if I want to use that band, just remember that we're going to set up that double leg anchor and then manipulate the handles of the band exactly as you would the weights. If you have to wrap up some excess, do that too, all right? But again, find that mid-shin, come up, get that full extension, keeping that back flat throughout the entire rep. I think that's probably the most important part of the exercise, is that keeping that spine as neutral as possible, okay? Now, that'll be 3 sets of 8 for the RDL on that one. The exercise I want to pair with that is going to be the overhead press or the lateral raise option, all right? So, as always, our overhead press begins with palms facing the body. We're just going to rotate out as we press up and rotate them back in as we come back down to our starting position. This can be done seated or standing, all right? So keep that in mind. And then, as always, the alternative to this exercise can be done seated or standing, or we can also do it with bent arm versus straight arm. So I've got my arms bent very similarly, if not identical, to how I had my dumbbell fly when we did the arms bent, okay? And then I'm just gonna come out and come right back in, okay? Or I can go arms straight, go out, come right back in. Remember, we always have a little bit of a forward angle on our arms here. We never wanna just go straight out. We wanna keep the arms in that plane of motion with the shoulder blade, okay? That'll be 3 sets of 15 with no matter which upper body choice you pick there, okay? So 3 sets of 8 of the RDL, 3 by 15 for the upper body choice. So let's actually start off with that RDL here, class. I want to get our first set of 8 knocked out here, all right? I'm going to go to the side view, get my knees bent slightly, and we're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming down, back is flat, find that mid-shin, back up, that's 1. Coming back down, get that good full extension, glute pinch, that's 2, 3, 4, keep those weights as close to your body as you can, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Very good. That's 1 set down already. I'll use the band for the RDL on the next set. And I don't know why I keep wanting to set these weights down. Probably because I only have 1 set. And I keep thinking I have to do something different for the next exercise. But I'm going to hold on to these weights here for the overhead press. Okay? You do whatever option's appropriate for you here. But we're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up. Rotate those palms out. Back down. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very good. Now, I'm going to actually set these weights down for real this time. And I'm going to do my resistance band for this second set of the RDL. Okay? I'm going to go with a frontal view here. And I know I don't talk about this as much on the RDL, but as always, we need to be shoving our knees out. Okay? And I think that becomes more apparent with a frontal view here. All right? So everything else is the same. Just remember to shove out those knees as you go. All right? We're going to get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming down and back up. That's 1. This band is definitely tougher than those weights. 2, 3, 4. Big glute pinch at the top. 5, 6, 7. Last one. And 8. Nice job. We will need this resistance band later for the last superset. So I'm going to put that over here. All right. And I'm going to pick up my weights. Let's get this second set of the overhead press or lateral raise option. Okay. Or I guess I could just call it upper body choice. But we're going to go ahead and get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up and back down. That's 1. 2. Press that weight up as high as you can here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Very nice. Now I'll go with the lateral raise option for the final set, and I keep wanting to put them down. I'm going to hold on to them though. All right. Let's get our last set of the RDL. Okay, 8 more reps, and we're going to go ahead and get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming down and back up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, full extension. 3 more. 6, 7, and 8. All righty. That is it for the RDL. I'm going to hold on to these weights. I keep wanting to get rid of them. Let's go with our lateral raise here. All right. I'm going to go with the frontal view for this set. I'll do half frontal, half sagittal. All right. And we're going to get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming up, back down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All righty. Now, I can actually finally set these weights down because I will not need them for the next superset, but catch your breath, grab a sip of water if you need to. We're going to do an exercise that we actually just did very recently. It might have been Wednesday or Friday last week that we did it, but I'd like to do it again today. That's going to be our seated leg lifts, all right? Either sitting in the chair or lying on the floor, okay? Now, just like last time, we have options here. I'm going to let my back rest on the seat. I'm trying to keep my body as flat as possible, and I can either lift one leg at a time, which is going to be a little easier, or I can try lifting both at a time. That's going to be a little tougher, okay? So if I'm lying on the floor, nothing really changes. We're still allowing the back to be supported by the ground. And again, we're either lifting one leg up at a time, or we're going to try to lift both up and down at a time. That's going to be toughest on the floor, okay? I'd like to knock out 3 sets of 30 seconds for that one. Now, I've been trying to move through this workout pretty quickly because of this superset, all right? And the main reason why I want to make sure I have a lot of time is because I'd like to go with the single arm band external rotation, right? This one takes a little bit of more explaining and a little more setup, okay? So just keep in mind, class, I want to get 3 sets of 10 on each side, and you're going to be at a wall here, okay? I'm going to pin part of the band up against the wall, and then I'm free to move my opposite hand out. My elbow is going to be bent. My elbow needs to stay pinned in toward my body. If I need to, I can place something small and soft underneath my arm. Make sure you're staying comfortable with that, and just try to keep that pinned up against your body as you go. That way you actually isolate and work the muscles that I am trying to get you to work on with this one, okay? Then when you switch, you can just turn around and have the opposite hand be the anchor, okay? So I'd like to get a set of 30 seconds there. Every set of 30 seconds is gonna be paired with a set of 10 on each side for the shoulder work, okay? So let me put this band back here, and I'll set my hat down on the floor. Let's start off with the leg raise, and I'm gonna have to do a little bit of camera work here. All right, that's okay. All right, I'm gonna do my first set from the chair. Go ahead and choose single or double leg, and we're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. I'm going single leg to start. You pick whatever is appropriate for you here, class. Keep your breathing as you go. Try to keep those legs straight. Get a good full range of motion, whatever's comfortable for you. We got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, that's already one set down. And while I turn my camera, go ahead and get yourself set up for the band external rotation, okay? So we've got a set of 10 on each side here. I like to have my hips and knees bent a little bit too, almost kind of like I'm about ready to do an RDL, okay? I just think that that keeps the lower body stable and just keeps you stable, right? That's the main reason. So pin one hand up against the wall. We got 10 reps in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now, just go ahead and turn around, switch sides here. In order to stay with the camera view, I'm going to just have my left hand now be kind of like a floating anchor. I don't really encourage that you do this unless you're really confident that you can hold this hand still, right? We want our anchor to be still. We're trying to really mimic the cable machine that we have here in the exercise clinic, and I can't have that arm moving with me, all right? It's gonna disrupt the movement, okay? So keep this hand in place if you're gonna do this, all right? We've got 10 more reps in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's a set of 10 on each side. Let's go back to the seated or lying leg lifts. All right, I'm gonna stick with the chair for one more set here. And I'm gonna go double leg this time, right? So I'm upping the difficulty a little bit here, class. You continue to do what is appropriate for you, all right? Getting tongue-tied this morning, all right? We're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Here we go. Keep that breathing. I'm hoping that I didn't count last time we did this. My tendency is to want to count these reps when we're going for time. Still got 10 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Keep those legs straight. Control your body. 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right, that's 2 sets down on the leg lifts. We've got 1 left. Let me turn this camera. Get yourselves set up for the band external rotation. I'm going to turn my camera up a little higher than I did last time. I think that's a lot better. There we go. So, got my anchor set up, and we're going to knock out 10 reps together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Switch sides. All right, I'm going to go with my floating anchor again one more time. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2. Keep that elbow in place. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, that's 2 sets down. Let's get 1 more set of the leg lifts. This time I'm gonna go from the floor. All right, I'll go single leg this time though. All right, so last set of 30 seconds here of our core work. And we're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Keep your breathing throughout the set. Try to keep your lower back pressed in toward the floor, right? We don't want to have a big arch in our back when we're doing this exercise. We want to keep our low back as flat to the floor as possible. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very nice. We've got 1 more set on the shoulders to knock out this superset, and then we're off to the cardio for the day. All right, turn that camera up a little bit. Very nice. Got my anchor set up here, class. And we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? I'm coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's switch sides. All right, got my floating anchor one last time here. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Coming out, back in. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All righty, class. Catch your breath here if you need to. Get a sip of water. Shouldn't need any more weights or bands for today. I'm going to get this chair out of the way and go over the cardio. So both of these sets here today, class, are going to be 3 sets of 45 seconds. Or I should have said both these exercises. Both exercises, 3 sets of 45. The first one here today, class, is going to be that heel dig. Okay, so kind of playing off the standing scoops that we did in the warm-up earlier today, right? We're just going to get a nice dig out in front, alternate between left and right, okay? And then we can also incorporate some upper body movement with that. So if I want to add a press, right, both arms, no matter which leg comes out, okay, kind of similar to that half jack progression that we do on Wednesdays, right? Then if I want to make this a little tougher yet, I'm going to turn to a frontal view, and we can play that coordination game, right? So every time my left foot goes out, I stick out the right arm, and vice versa, right? So now we're adding a little bit of cognition with the movement, okay? So we're gonna move on from that one and go into our V-step, okay? So let me turn this camera just a little bit more. The V-step class, we've got the cadence down already. Remember, we're gonna be stepping out, wide, wide, narrow, narrow, okay? As always, we can alternate which foot we start that sequence with. I can go left foot to start or right foot to start. I tend to get comfortable and just stick with my right foot all the way through. That's fine, all right? As long as you're getting a good cardio workout out of it, that'll work, okay? So I'd actually like to get ourselves started with the heel dig, all right? Remember those 3 progressions that we went over, all right? And I want a nice round time to start our cardio here, okay? So we're gonna get our heel dig going in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. First set, I'm going with the middle progression, right? So I got both hands going out, no matter which foot comes out. Really challenge yourself here, class. Get that heel dig out in front of you, right? Make that back knee have to bend a little bit to accommodate how far you're reaching, right? I think I'm inching away from the center of the camera. There we go. Keep that breathing. Keep pressing out with every step. If you're choosing that option here, we've got about 10 seconds left until we transition to that V-step, all right? Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. V-step. Get that good cadence. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Not going to repeat that because I'm going to mess people up. There we go. Now, how can we make this exercise tougher? We can get lower, right? As long as we keep our posture, okay? We can bend those hips and knees and make this tougher. We can go faster, and we can step out farther as well, as long as you don't get too wide on those first 2 steps. We're going to transition back to that heel dig in 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset. Heel dig, set number 2 already. Keep that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep trying to really press that heel out, right? We talk about getting functionally longer in the catch step. Let's think about that here as well, right? Really try to stick that heel out. I want you to stay safe, but push past your comfort zone a little bit here, all right? Got about 20 seconds until we go back to the V-step here, all right? Checking my time. Want to make sure I'm on time for each set. Starting to feel this one in my shoulders now as well. 3, 2, 1. Relax and reset. V-step. Second time through. We've got 1 more set of each exercise after this set. All right? So keep pushing through. Find a pace here, class, that's going to challenge you and maintain it all the way through. We've got 20 seconds left here. Push through this set. Get to that last set of the heel dig. Then we got a short little cool down to get through to wrap up the day. All right. Relax and reset in 3, 2, and 1. Heel dig. I flipped that around. I should have said relax and reset last. All right. My bad. Keep it up here, class. Now I'm going with the cognitive progression, right? I'm playing the coordination game here. Making my mind work a little bit. Now, as you fatigue, right? Keep your posture, right? Big chest, pinch the shoulders. Make sure you're pressing out to shoulder height. If you're noticing that you're starting to push down here, all right, that means our posture is probably not great. Okay, do your best. We're almost done here. In fact, we're gonna transition to that V-step in 3, 2, and 1. Relax and reset, V-step. All right, same idea here, class, that posture. Gotta keep the chest up, eyes up, shoulders pinched. Got about 30 seconds left here, class. Keep it up. Very nice. Just keep working on that intensity, right? Keep that intensity consistent all the way to the end. 15 seconds to go. Keep that breathing. Very nice. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and relax. All righty. Catch your breath here, class. Get a sip of water. I'm going to quickly just check the attendance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, the same number. Here we go. That's easy to remember. And our little cool down. Very short cool down today. All right. Okay. And then we'll have one stretch off camera to end it. All right, I got a thumb up already. Another thumb, another thumb, another thumb. All right, I think I got all the thumbs. Perfect. Let's go full screen. Okay. Now, the first exercise I want to go with today is going to be that classic arm reach across. All right, I stood up really fast, and now I'm lightheaded here. Okay. There we go. Haven't done that in a while. I think I'm feeling better now. All right, but anyway, arm reach across here. So I'm gonna get a nice bend to my hips and my knees, and I'm gonna make sure that shoulder is pinched back before I reach across. And we're gonna get ourselves started in 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Remember, we can dip that shoulder slightly if you'd like to, as long as that shoulder doesn't come out from its packed in position. All right? Keep that breathing, keep that posture. We've got our halfway through, so 15 seconds left. And then we're gonna get the other side of this stretch. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let that arm come down and dangle, all right? So same position, hips and knees are bent slightly. Pack that shoulder in, bring that arm across. 30 more seconds here. After this set of 30 seconds, class, we're gonna go into our back scratch test for a set of 20 seconds on each side. All right, really working on complementing the dumbbell fly here and working on the external rotation and the overhead press or lateral raise for the back scratch test here. 3, 2, 1, relax. So we're getting a lot of upper body exercises today with these two stretches. Okay, so I'm gonna come down to my kneeling position here and let's get that back scratch knocked out. So as always, we're thinking posture, right? Big chest, pinch shoulders. I'm gonna get my left arm up and over and my right arm down and around for 20 seconds. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Remember which arm you have up and down, because remember, we're gonna do the opposite here. And I say that for me just as much, if not more, so that I remember what to do for each set as well. 3, 2, 1, relax. Let those arms come down with control. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. So now my right arm is gonna go up, left arm is gonna come down and around. All right, 20 more seconds, go ahead. Getting that breathing in there as well, class. We've got 2 more stretches, and then we're going to get an off-camera stretch in here for the day. 3, 2, 1, relax. Very nice. So the next stretch that I want to add is going to be that calf stretch that we're emphasizing a little bit more for cardio reasons, right? Because those calves work really hard during our cardio work. So keep in mind that we have our front heel emphasis, or we have our back heel emphasis, okay? Whatever you prefer there, class, we're gonna get 30 seconds on each leg, all right? So I'm gonna go, I actually have some pain in my right foot today, so I'm gonna go with back heel emphasis on each of these, all right? We got 30 more seconds here on each side. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. Here we go. These shoes are definitely sliding, so I'm not getting the greatest stretch out of this today. That's okay. A little bit of a slippery floor. We got 5 seconds left till we switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Go ahead and switch legs. All right, we got 30 more seconds here. Go ahead and start if you haven't already. About halfway through on this one here, class. The next stretch is going to be for our hamstrings. The one I'm going to emphasize today is going to be the hamstring stretch at the wall, but you can always do the hamstring stretch in the chair instead. All right, 3, 2, 1, relax. Very good. So as I was saying here, class, the last stretch that we'll do together on camera today is going to be that hamstring stretch. So if I can stay at my wall here, I'm just going to get a nice bend in my hips and my knees. I'm going to kind of step away from the wall and let my hands, let's just pretend my hands are on the wall here instead of the railing. I'm just going to let my hands keep me stable while I push my hips back and extend my knees, all right, to get that nice stretch in the hamstrings and the glutes here, okay? As always, though, if that's not the most comfortable position, which I know it isn't, all right, we can always go with my favorite stretch of all time, the seated version of that hamstring stretch, right? So flat back, bend the knees, dig the heels in, and get that nice forward lean, okay? I am going to emphasize the one on the wall there, though, for the variety's sake. So you go with whichever one you prefer, and we've got 40 seconds for either stretch here together in 3, 2, and 1. Ready? Go ahead. 40 seconds here. Keep that breathing. Keep that back flat. Whether you're in the chair or at the wall, that back has to be flat with this stretch. About 30 seconds left. Keeping that breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. About 10 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Very nice. Now, off-camera stretch. I'm sure that you all know exactly the stretch that I am talking about here, but let's go over it. This will be the last time I do this one. I'm going to make sure that all of our stretches are on camera for the last 2 days this week. But I do have the little piano bench here. So what I'd like you to do is go find a couch or a bed, lay down with one leg hanging off the side, and just get that nice quad or front of the thigh stretch there. Okay, move that leg around as needed. I would get 30 seconds on each side for that one. But as always, if you want to do one of the other 3 stretches, we always have the staggered stance quad, the standing quad pull, or the chair assisted lunge. All right, so as always, 30 seconds on each side on your own for that one. Okay, so that's actually all that I have for you for today, class. I want to thank you all so much for participating once again, and I will see you on Wednesday.